first chapter of getting started with Python. I hope you all are doing good, staying home and staying safe. Okay, so we are starting with chapter 2 since the chapter 1 comprise of the computer hardware, the chapter related to computer hardware. Okay, so we can do that chapter later. We are straight away coming down to getting started with Python. Okay, now you see what is this? This is the Python logo. Fine. Okay. Now before we get into the programming, let us first understand what is Python. Okay. Python, as a word suggests, what do you understand? Python is a snake, a big snake. But here it does not refer to a snake. Clear? It is a programming language. A language that the computer understands, and the language with the help of which we make softwares. Right? So what is Python? Python is object oriented programming language. Okay, like all other language that we have these days, Python is also an object oriented programming language. Okay, I will substantiate on this entire this statement later. And this Python language is developed by Guido van Rossum. And Guido van Rossum is a Dutch developer. When I say Dutch developer, it means he comes from Netherlands. Okay, so he developed. He's a creator of Python, and he what to say? He launched this Python in the year 1991. Okay. Now, this name is a very strange name, Python, right? So, there's a very interesting story behind. You see, when Guido van Rossum was, when he was about to launch the software that he had made, during those times, there was a very famous comedy show on BBC, which is called Monty Python's Flying Circus. It's a comedy show, and Guido van Rossum was very fond of that show. So he was so fond of this show that he named his program on Monty Python. So he named it. He named his program Python. So this is how the name derived. Fine. Now this program Python, Guido van Rossum was engaged with CWI, taking care of ABC language. Okay. Now this is ABC language is a language which was a little higher version of the basic language, basic programming language. Okay, and which could run on an operating system which is called Amoeba. Okay, now this ABC language, I don't know, somehow it failed, it did not work out, and later Guido van Rossum worked on another program which is similar to ABC. So we can say that Python is derived from ABC and Modular 3 language. Okay, he took some good thing from ABC language, he added few more things, and he created Python, right? And Python is what Python is. You see, it's a very easy to learn high level language. Okay, now when we say high level language, what does it mean? What is high level? In computer terminology, high level means anything which is written in English, simple English. That is high level. Fine. So this is a brief introduction I have given, and the picture that you see here is Mr. Guido van Rossum. Fine. This is his latest picture. I am very sure that he was quite young at the time that this Python was launched. Okay. Now, see, when we talk about a programming language, we must discuss the advantages and disadvantages also, right? Because nowadays we have got so many programming languages, so many of them. Okay, so let us discuss certain advantages of using Python. The biggest advantage of using Python is it is a free and open source language. Now, when we say free and open source, what does it mean? What does it mean? Open source means any program that can easily be or freely be downloaded from the internet. Okay, so we can freely download Python from the internet. You need not have to pay anything. Okay, you can download it, you can create your own program, and then you can redistribute it. You can give it to someone. Okay. Second biggest advantage is cross-platform language. Now these are little tricky terminologies that I'm using. Cross-platform language. So whenever we are saying cross-platform means what is a platform? Platform is a base on which we create certain things, right? Platform. So, talking about computers, what is a platform? You see, we run all other application softwares on a particular platform. Like when we switch on the computer, what happens first? Okay, an operating system is loaded first. Okay, once the operating system is loaded, then only we can run our application software. So your operating system is what? Operating system is your platform. Okay, so Windows is your operating system, Linux environment, okay, Macintosh created by Mac, Apple. Okay, so these are different environments on which you can run your application. Okay, and the biggest advantage with I'm sorry, with Python is it can be, your program can be run on any platform. Okay, whether you are using a computer with Windows operating system or Linux or Mac, you can use or you can run Python anywhere. Fine. Third is interpreted language. Now, what is interpreted language? We have got two kinds of language: interpreted language and compiler based language. Okay. Now, when we say interpreted language, it means what? Whenever we are writing a program, is what? Program is nothing else but a series of instruction. Fine. Now these instructions have to be written in a proper manner. Okay, this proper manner is called a syntax. Okay, so whether you have written the codes in a proper syntax or not, it is checked by interpreters or compilers. Fine. Now compilers check, it takes all the codes, compiles them, and gives you the result, whether the entire code is correct or not. Fine. But it is not the case with interpreters. Okay. Interpreters does what? It checks for each line. So line by line it checks the program and prompts the developer about the errors. Fine. So it is, in a way, it is a very good thing. Okay. So at the time you are writing the codes, you are getting the error also then and there. Okay. Otherwise, what happens if you have written a program of say 100 lines, 200 lines, it is very difficult to find out the errors. Fine. Uh, it Now another point is it is very complete. You see why? Because it comes with many libraries, inbuilt libraries, and the user need not have to do anything. Whether whether he or she wants to create a web page or emails, or for that matter anything. Okay, so all the libraries are included here. Okay, so in a way it makes the program complete. Okay, and the last but not the least is it is very easy to use. It is a high level language, and it is very, since it is a very high level language, it is more like English. You see, when you'll get down to codes and all, you'll find out it is very much similar to writing English. Mind you, it is not English, but it is very much similar, right? So this is very easy to use. So these are certain advantages of using Python. Now let us talk about limitations. Okay, not the fastest language. Why it is not the fastest language? I told you, because all the interpreter based languages are little slow. Okay, compiler, what happens in compiler? It compiles, it takes all the codes and compiles it at one go and then runs it. Okay, but here line by line conversions are done. Okay, and as a result, what happens? As a result, the program is slow. Fine. Lesser libraries. Okay, now earlier I said that it comes with all the libraries, but still the libraries are lesser than that we have in C, C++ or Java. Fine. Third point is not strong on type binding. Okay, now when we say type binding means, you see, when we talk about programs, it is all about storing the data. Fine. Now if strong on type binding means, if I am storing, suppose, my name in some container, say A is equal to Saurabh. Fine. So when I write A is equal to Saurabh, what happens? A has the value Saurabh. Now if I write in the next line A is equal to 50, then this A becomes what? 50. Okay, it does not happen with other programming language, since those, in those languages, these containers have to be declared first. Okay, declaration means what kind of value it will be holding, but that is not the case with Python. Okay, now other limitation is not easily convertible, means it cannot be converted to other programming language, since it does not follow any structure. So it is very difficult to convert it to other programming languages which are well defined, strongly typed. Clear? Okay. Now let us see some different application areas of Python language. Where these the application made through Python language, where can we use these languages? Applications. Okay. First is web development. Okay. So web development is nothing else but website development, the program that runs on web, www, on servers. It is desktop applications. Desktop applications are what? Desktop applications are applications that run on a standalone PC or on a local area network, on a limited geographical area. Okay, scientific and numeric application. You see, Python is very useful for numerical, the application based on numerics, numbers. Fine. Why? Because of its certain ability that we will discuss later, because now if I discuss them, you will be little confused. Okay, so these days you must have heard about terms like data analysis. So for data analysis purpose, Python is considered to be the best. Okay, now network programming also we can do. We can create our games also. So these are certain application areas where Python can be used. Okay, now this we have seen. Now how do we start working in Python? This is a major thing, because since, see, we up till now we have seen what is Python, what are the advantages, what are the limitations, where this particular language can be used. Now, how to use this language? Okay, so we can download Python from www.python.org. We'll have to download the third version, 3.0 version, right? So once this thing, what did I tell you? This is open source. You need not have to pay anything. Simply it can be downloaded, right? Isn't it nice? Okay, good. With this we get Python idle. Okay. Now what is this? Why have I used this thing statement? Because uh, Python is what? Python is programming language, but for writing the programs you need to have an environment or an interface kind of thing from where you write Python codes. Okay, so you use IDLE to write Python codes. Okay, other Python distributions are Anaconda Python distributions. Okay, so before starting to use Python on your laptop, what you can do is first download these download Python from python.org, or you can use Anaconda Python distribution. With Anaconda Python distribution, you get Jupyter Notebook. Let me tell you, this Jupyter Notebook is very powerful notebook, and there are many libraries that the moment you use Jupyter, and this is web based. This is web based. So what is good about this? That students, you can use Jupyter Notebook, online Jupyter, on your mobile devices also. It is very simple. On the go to the browser, write online Jupyter, and Jupyter is open. I mean, you can start writing codes. How you can write codes, that I'll show you, right? So Jupyter comes with pre-installed libraries and decent interface. All right. So we'll be using Jupyter Notebook, and here I'm using Jupyter Notebook. Clear? Okay. Now, when we program, there are two different programming modes. One is interactive mode, another one is script mode. Okay. Now, interactive mode means I have asked you a question and the computer has given me the answer, right? This interactive mode is. So on here, if I have written 3 plus 3 and enter, it has given me the result 6. This is my question, and this is the answer that computer has given me. Fine. Another one is script mode. What happens is script mode, it line by line it reads, calculates, and start giving the output. Okay, so once it is something that it is a set of, it executes a set of instruction one by one, you see, and gives us the output. Okay, so here after what we'll do, we'll start using Jupyter Notebook. Okay, now let us go back here. Okay, now I will, what do I do? Jupyter Notebook. Yeah, you see, this is how your Jupyter Notebook looks like. Fine. So Jupyter Notebook, what do? I make a new, then Python 3 file. Okay, some error has occurred. Okay, so what do I do? From start, I go to backspace, Jupyter Notebook. Takes a little time. Okay, fine. So This is how it looks. Okay, fine. Fine. Now to display something on the screen, we'll have to use print command. Fine. So suppose let us start writing. We have already started writing programs print. Okay. Let us write what? Understanding uh, understanding Python. Fine. Understanding Python. Okay. So I am doing what I am doing. I am printing understanding Python. One thing is very important. Python is a case sensitive language. You'll have to write the functions, the name of the function, the way it has to be written. Like you see, I cannot write capital P here. It has to be a small p only. I cannot write capital P. Fine. Is it okay? Okay. So if I press now to run this, I'll have to press Control Enter. Control Enter. Now you see what has happened. Understanding Python is printed. This is the execution of the very first command, print command. Now print can be used in many different forms, many different manners. Print. I had used double quotes there. I can understanding Python. Okay, now this time I have used single quotes. Now I press Control Enter. I still get the same result. You seen that? Okay. Now from here, from this plus, I can add a third cell. These are different cells, right? Okay. Now where are we working? We are working on Jupyter Notebook. Fine. Let us see something else. Print. Now I'll be using two values. Here I had used one value, understanding Python. Okay, I'll be using two values, COVID. Okay, and then plus 19. Okay, COVID plus 19. What is the difference? I am using an arithmetical operator here in between these two values. Okay, so Control Enter. You see the output, the result, COVID-19. This is another way of using print. Okay, now up till now we have used what? All the objects that we have used. Print is what? Print is a function. Remember, print is a function which is used to display something on the screen. Now this is the name of the function, and inside the bracket we write the object. Fine. Okay. So what if the object is print 3? What will happen? Control Enter. It will simply print 3. Fine. Now if I want, there's no point writing print inside the object 3 and printing that. So what we can do, we can add 3 plus 3. So when we write 3 plus 3, Control Enter, we get 6. Clear? Yes. See one more example. Okay. Okay. Print. Fine. I'm going to mix two values. Okay. What is it like? It cases. Okay, comma. How much? 40 plus 20. Right. Okay. So Control Enter. What do I get? COVID cases 60. Fine. So in the last example, what we have done, we have used both numeric plus numeric values and alphanumeric values, string values, separated by a comma. You see a comma here. Okay, and then 40 plus 20. So print can be used with any expression also. Okay, so let us go there. Where were we? Okay. Okay, now the example that I have given, this particular thing, the example, the values are little different. There I have used understanding Python, okay, and here I have used hello. So we can, it is not mandatory that you'll have to use one particular string only. Fine. So this is, let us see this, print hello, will print hello. Print hello in double quotes will print hello, still print hello. Print COVID will print COVID-19 together. You see, together. And this 19 is what? 19 is not a number. It is a string since it is written inside the quotation mark. You see the quotation mark. Then print 4 plus 4, it has given me 8. And then print you spent 100, comma 200. So you spent 100, comma 200 means you spent as a string, and then 300 is the result of 100, comma 200. Clear? So I think this is all for the day, and what we'll be doing will in the next class we will be doing some more this thing. We'll take this print little further, and then we'll understand the concept of, you see what is happening here. We are not saving anything. We are simply giving the command and we are getting the output, but we are not saving anything. So the whole objective of writing the program is what? It is something that a program is written once and it can be used 100,000, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakhs time, n number of times. Okay, so here these values are not saved. So in order to save values, we need to have variables. So in the next class, we'll be looking at those concepts.